Hi, dear friend, in the salvation through a verse, we read from Psalm 138, verse 6. uh, Though the Lord be high, yet had he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off, because he knows the heart of the people. And that shows us the principle of receiving salvation. When the person condemns himself because he's a sinner, so although the Lord is perfect, he concerned about anyone who seek his mercy, but not the proud people. And uh, we read in another Psalm 113, verse 6. 113, verse 6. Yeah. It says, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. So in verse 5 he said, who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high? At the same time, although he dwells on high, who humbleth himself to hold the things that are in heaven and in the earth. He actually in control of everything in heaven and earth. He wouldn't forget the people. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. He maketh the barren woman to keep house and to be a joyful mother of children. Praise you, Lord. That's in 113. Um, yes. And in Isaiah chapter 57, verse 15. Isaiah 57, Isaiah 57, verse 15. We read the following. For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity as God, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place. But look at this, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit. At the same time, he dwell in heaven and eternity. He also dwell with the person who has contrite and humble spirit. Contrite means a person whose heart is crushed because of his iniquities and sins, and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. Revive, give it life, you know. Uh, and another one in Proverbs 3:34. Proverbs after the Psalms, yeah. 3 Proverbs 3, verse 34. We read, when thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Talking about the humble people, how God protect them, give them peace. In verse 23, he says, then shalt thou walk in the way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. And in verse 34 in particular, we read, surely he scorneth the scorners. God scorneth the scorners. People who are cynical, he laughs at them. But he giveth grace unto the lowly. He gives grace to the lowly people. And in verse 35 it says, the wise shall inherit glory. Because the humble is wise. The humble person is wise. He shall inherit glory. But shame shall be the promotion of fools. The beginning is from the man himself. If the man or the person think about God, how great he is, and his great salvation is available to every person. But if the person has spiritual wisdom, he will get it because he understands what God's saying in the Bible. But if the person doesn't has the top wisdom in the whole world, and he doesn't have spiritual wisdom, he will fail because he won't resort to Christ for his salvation. And I wonder if there's another verse I can find. Proverbs. There's one, James 4:6. In James, those comes together, Peter, then James, then John, Jude and John. In James, after we said here in James 4:6. James 4:6. James, I'll look at another one now. It's there's one in Peter, 1 Peter 5:5. 1 Peter verse 5, chapter 5, verse 5. We read in Peter the following verse. 5, chapter 5. Peter 5, chapter 5. 1 Peter 5. Likewise, you younger, submit yourself unto the elders. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, talking about humbleness and obedience, and be clothed with humility. Humility. That's the word. For God resisteth the proud. He resists the proud and giveth grace to the humble. That's the humility. Humility earn you salvation. Humility earn you salvation. But if someone insists on claiming that he is good, he is perfect, he wouldn't need Jesus, it's shame. He won't be getting anything. That's why the last one is in James. That's a strong one. In James, we read James 4:6. Very good verse. But be giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, again, but giveth grace unto the humble. Again, because the proud, God hates pride. And he is in heaven. His eyes search all the people. You know, so he's searching what for what? He searched for people whose heart is crushed and humble and desperate to receive his salvation. Salvation is what we get from this word of Jesus. We cannot get anything. I work all my life since I was 21 with a degree in physics, and I work a lot. I work hard, migrated to Australia, and I work harder. And, you know, 50 years of work. What did I get? I got a house, fine, but I got salvation. Without salvation, I consider myself a failure. Because, you know, what's the life of people? Like a vapor. You see it a few seconds and it's gone. It's a shame that people do not care about their eternal life, despite the fact that they see everything is corrupted. Jesus said, Satan is the prince of this world. Imagine. Isn't it good that we, thank be to God, we live, we eat, we drink, and we see good things. Thanks be to the Lord. And the main thing, salvation. Thank you.